What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. Today is April the 14th, 2025. I'm just going to go over real quick my trade for today. Only took one, and I was just satisfied with that, thankfully. So, as you all know, I'm not a financial advisor. You seek professional financial advice, speak with your own or seek or find a financial advisor. Personally, I'm just here to inform people and educate people of the stock market, make them aware, spread awareness. You'll be surprised how many people don't know about it, especially in my community, the African American community. So take a second to read my YouTube disclaimer. You can pause it if you need to. So today was not a bad day. I'm learning that, you have to be content with these type of days, even though you know what's possible and you know that you can make a lot more money. I'm glad that I had a good day, so we'll take those, and we'll try to take those more often. So usually, y'all know, if y'all seen any of my videos, I like to play Trade Spy, stock options. So today I actually did another one of my favorites, which I keep on my watch list pretty much every day, and that's Palantir, PLTR. And as you can see, I bought 10 of these. The order was filled at 9:50 a.m. Excuse me. Bless me. And at a price of $1.95 for the contract. And let me change that. $97 strike price. That means that's the price or the target I expect the stock, the price of the actual stock, to hit or get to or go above, because I'm in a call. Call, you mean you think the stock's going to go up. You're long on the stock when you buy a call. And expiration date is almost at the end of the week. It's Thursday. Looks like market is closed Friday. I think this Friday is probably Good Friday. Forgive me. And so I'll go back, show you my sell order. As you can see, I sold all 10. Filled, sell all 10 at 9:36. So between basically 9:50 and 9:36, 45-50 minutes, I made that $700, and it filled at a price of $2.66, which is not bad. It was like a little over 35%, which is actually good. When you think about the percentage you get on your money if you leave it in the bank, or the percentage if you buy and hold the actual stock itself, and average percentage yearly is like 10 to 20%, give or take, a good year, a not so good year, or a bad year. So not bad at all. So I'm gonna go to the chart, and I'm going to find Palantir, and scroll down a little bit, As you can see, these are 15-minute candles. So each candle is 15 minutes. So because I was only in the trade as usual a short period of time to make my money, I'm going to change that from 15-minute candles to 1-minute candles so you can get a better picture of how it looked as I was watching it. I look at the 2-minute candle chart and the 5-minute candle chart, in real time. But I also look at the 15-minute candle in real time as well, periodically. So as you can see, over the weekend, because today is Monday, stocks kind of gapped up. So I'll zoom out and give you a picture of how that looks. So as you can see, basically went up, and I think it did the same thing. Yep. Friday, it was around $88, $89, and it gapped up at the end of the day Friday. Let's see, what time was that? That was 8 o'clock. It gapped up Friday, 4:13. So the strategy for today was see if it's a gap and go, where it gaps up and keeps going up, gap and go. Or many times stocks like to fill that emptiness overnight, and we call that a gap fill, where it fills that empty space. And I'll give you like an idea of what I mean. So when I zoom in, these are daily candles. And basically, this is Friday's candle, but as you can see, there's an empty space right here between Friday and Monday. So typically it likes to fill that space. Palantir didn't fill it completely, but it almost did. So instead of, I could have played the gap fill and played a put and made money to the downside. I didn't. That probably would have been a better option, actually. I probably would have made a little more money. But sometimes when you buy something and you don't wait to see what the price really want to do, it can get choppy in that first 15-30 minutes, and prices are kind of sporadic. It moves very quickly. So I find most times it's best to wait and see what the real move is. So instead of doing the gap fill, once it fills the gap, it tends to go back up. A considerable amount of times. Not always, nothing's always, but it tends to go back up once it filled the gap, and it did. And that's basically what I caught. That was my strategy for today. Trying to have more strategies as I continue to learn, because that helps you make more consistent profits. And oftentimes I don't have a strategy. I'm just going off of what I see, the news, and my intuition, just from trading over 2 years now. So once I saw this, let me zoom out. See, the gap is really all the way down here. That's the gap. Let me put a line there. Almost to where it gapped up. Remember, I showed you Friday close around $88, $89. But we'll just start here, which is pre-market. So that's about average. So that's really the gap. It didn't really do that. didn't really fill the gap like SPY did, and I'll show you that real quick in a little bit. So once I saw it bounce here, and this is another indicator, which is that 200 moving average, which is the moving average of price. Kind of gives you an average of what price is doing. Price are the candles that you're looking at. So it didn't fill the gap completely. Looked like it was going to get there. Really only got like right there at the bottom of that red candle. But it really bounced off of the 200, which I didn't see, but which is good, because once I saw that wick and saw that green candle, the next green candle after that, you can see that's where I got in after this green candle here. And good entry. And I was up like $500 on that next candle. You know, hold on, let me see. No, not that candle. Here is when I was up like $500, and so, you know, a little bit above 500, and then it came down on me, and I pretty much went back to like a negative $100 and some change. But as you can see, it bounced off of that 200 MA again. And pretty much went back up, and once it hit that level where I was up almost 500 and some change, I pretty much moved up my stop loss, you know, tight. Because I just wanted, you know, to get a win, you know. So, and that's how I made that $700 within that 45, 50-minute time frame. Some traders, you know, would see that it bounced, get in there, sell there, wait for it to come back in and see if it bounced, get back in and make that amount of money too. You know, however much money they're investing with or they're trading with. So if you can get in and get out of plays, you know, if you had that luxury. So I don't have that luxury yet, so I'll take my $700. And one other thing before I end this video, I have a video that I did last Friday. I'm going to have to delete this video. As you can see, I made this video when I was taking my daughter to Burger King, and there was music in the background, unfortunately. And as you can see, I got a copyright tag on it. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a trader. I'm an investor, and still learning, you know, YouTube and everything. But I've had that once before with music, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and I just take them off myself. I don't know if I leave it on here, they will take it off for me. But you know, anything that got to do with copyright, if you're guilty of it, it's not good. So I'll take that off, but that's the reason I'm taking that off. And as you can see, I share on my page the good times and the bad times. Try to keep it real. So for my lessons and for anybody else who's interested and happen to decide they want to partake in learning and about investing and trading. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully learn a little bit something after that video, and I'm gone. Peace and blessings, y'all.